festering fungus.
Making mold that'll turn you off your lunch. Groovy. Make your own lava lamp.
And the cool power of hot sweat.
Thrills and spills on the bike track. But can the track weather the looming storm?
Life in the ice and snow. How could you live in here?
And how to scare someone with an apple?
But first, out to the bike track where the riders are ready, where the track's been prepared to perfection, and where nothing could spoil the fun. Surely.
Here it is, a bike track to test the world's best riders. That's us, Genevieve and Priscilla. The course designers, that's us again, have spent weeks laying out the track, turning Turkey Flat into Mayhem Mountain. And we're pretty proud of our work. Now we're ready to race. May the best biker win. What was that? Sounds like a thunderstorm. Can we race in a storm like this? Not likely. We're ducking for cover. Yay! Perfect racing weather. Oh no, Priscilla's pulling away from me. Ah! Ow! What a fall. What's happened to our track? There used to be a safety slope there. So where is it now? Ah, hang on a minute. All down our slope there are little gullies, and I think I know what made them. Looks like Priscilla and I have some work to do.
If you think that making disgusting bubble sounds with a straw is the best way to annoy your parents,
Daniela!
then here's something that will drive them completely mad. Take a plastic straw and flatten one end with your fingers. The flatter the better. Then cut the flattened end into a point. Flatten it out again. Use your mouth to bite it flat if necessary. Now open the flattened end slightly, take a deep breath and blow. If you're a bit small like me, then it might be a bit hard as your lungs are small. But keep trying. If nothing is happening, then yep, you've guessed it. Flatten it out again.
When you blow through the pointed end, it forces the two ends to vibrate very fast against each other and create a duck-like sound. Cutting the straw varies the pitch of the noise with very satisfying results.
If all goes according to plan, you should be able to make lots of silly noises. And that is guaranteed to drive your parents nuts.
Daniela!
I bet you don't think toilet rolls are very strong. Look, they're easy to twist and tear. But I bet you don't think they can hold my weight, do you? Well, I'll show you. Now, watch this. Carefully. Yay! Told you!
Each toilet roll is a cylinder, a shape that shares any weight that's put on top. So the cylinder is a lot stronger than it looks. Which is why you see cylinders in lots of building structures. Man, it's amazing how simple shapes can be used to stop things tumbling down. Wish we could say the same for our bike track out at Mayhem Mountain.
These are the slopes of Mayhem Mountain before the big thunderstorm. Now, they're gone. So what happened? We've got to find out before we rebuild, and I think the rain was to blame. First, we've got to find out why the steep slope washed away. Let's do a bit of detective work. We'll find out how slopes cope in a rainstorm. I'll just take a baking tray full of soil and prop it up, and we make the other one a little steeper. Now for some rain. The same amount on each tray. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Impressive. As I expected. The steeper slope has lost more soil. The water has moved faster and carried more soil with it. It's called erosion. Okay, so we know the steeper the slope, the more erosion there'll be. But how are we supposed to stop the rain from destroying it again? I've just had a brilliant idea. We'll take some leaves and sticks, then on a mound of dirt, we'll put all the leaves and sticks on one side. Then we'll pour on some water and see what happens. Just as I expected. Those twigs and leaves are saving the soil from erosion. But the side without just washes away. The world's best bike track designers are back in action. By protecting the soil, we can rebuild Mayhem Mountain.
One of the really cool things about having a snowfield for your backyard is that you can go exploring. Look at this! Someone's made an igloo! Wonder if a fisherman built it. I wonder what it's like in there. Let's take a peek. The walls are round like a dome. That's how the snow stays up. Each part of the curve shows the weight of the snow above it. And believe it or not, it can get really warm in here. That's because ice and snow are good insulators. They keep the heat trapped inside. Man, it's too hot in here. Let's go find something else to explore.
Alright, so we've seen toilet wells are strong. How about eggs? Yep, eggs are strong too. Have a look. No, not like that. It may be messy, but you need to cut each egg in half. A piece of masking tape around the middle makes it easier. Now, can I stand on these without breaking them? Oh, will they break? The egg pulled my weight!
Like cylinders, domes are strong shapes because the weight is spread along the whole structure. No single part of the shape supports the weight above, and the eggshells remain uncracked.
Wow, Sophie was brave standing on those eggs.
Yep, our Sophie's pretty daring. But I wonder if she'll be happy about what John has in store for her.
Everyone knows that apples are a healthy, tasty snack. But I'm going to make a bad apple that'll scare anyone off fruit. It's easy to make. Just peel an apple, then carve a nasty looking face on one side. Done! Now to dry him. A bowl of water and a lot of salt is all it takes. Stir all in until it dissolves. Now, just let him swim about in there for a day or so.
It works because the salt has natural drying qualities. It sucks all the moisture out of the apple.
If you leave him in the sun for a few days, he'll get even drier. And now for the scary bit. Go on, dare you to eat that.
Anyone can spin a coin, but how do you make it go round and round without touching it with your hands? Put the coin into a balloon. Then blow up the balloon and tie off the end. Then hold the balloon with the hand at each end. Move the balloon in a circular motion in front of you. Once you have the coin spinning, you can stop moving the balloon and the coin will carry on going round.
This effect is known as Newton's first law of motion. It's the same effect satellites use to stay in orbit. The coin keeps on moving until it runs out of energy and falls down.
Now how do I get my coin out? With a sharp point, of course.
I've always wondered how satellites manage to stay in orbit without falling to Earth.
Yeah, and well, I'm wondering if Priscilla and Genevieve are still in a spin at the bike track.
Our crusade to save Mayhem Mountain begins. Now, what areas are going to need erosion protection? The steep section below the track, for sure. It's got no plant cover at all. This part of the track is going to become a no-go zone for erosion. First, we'll gather some leaves and twigs. Then, we'll put in a few extra plants as well. Hey! Not only the world's best bike track designers, but world-famous landscape gardeners as well. Mayhem Mountain has never looked so good. Now we're all set for some racing. That couldn't be. Surely not another thunderstorm. At least this time I have a good feeling our track isn't going anywhere.
Here we go, Lucas. Just move my bag over, would you?
Oh, this reeks. What on earth is that smell?
Ugh, Nana's liver paste sandwich. A fantastic fungus farm. It's mold. The last time I saw the sandwich, it looked fine. That was a week ago at Nana's place. She means well. But I hate liver paste sandwiches. Yuck! So while Nana wasn't looking, I've got an idea. Back in a moment.
Just what do you think you're going to do with all that?
Well, let's cook up a fungus feast and see if mould is on the menu. And you can be the chief taster.
Huh?
Welcome to today's balancing battle. Our challenge is to try and find the most balanced kid. A simple test, knock down the lipstick using nothing more than your nose. First up is Alex. Lipstick at his fingertips, arms behind his back. He bends, he leans, he's over. Next, the amazingly talented and coordinated me. What smooth action, a clear victory. But no matter how many times Alex tries, he will not win. That's because he has more weight in the top part of his body than the bottom. Some people have the larger part of their weight in the lower part of their body. When kneeling, they can shift their weight forward more and reach the lipstick without falling down. So nature and skill meant I was destined to win. It's all down to body shape.
Oh, having fun can be hard work.
really hot and sweaty. That's a nice breeze and it's really cooling me off from these sweaty patches. I wonder why that is. Thanks, Dad. Maybe it's the sweat that's cooling me down. It's pretty stinky down there. But if I'm right, sweat's really useful stuff. Time to put it to the test. A really sweaty sock should do the trick. Better not drink that now. Just wring it out to a comfortable sweat level. That should do it. One soaked sock. That should cool me down. And a dry one. If I'm right, one that will stay hot. And now for the breeze. And put my feet up.
Let's take a closer look at what is really happening. As the fan blows, the water in the damp sock evaporates and carries heat energy away with it. The same thing happens when you sweat.
As your body heats up, your sweat evaporates, transferring your body heat into the air. This keeps your body cool. So heat can make you cool, especially when there's a breeze.
Blake! Oi, wake up!
My foot's freezing. That worked too well.
Time to liven things up. Who's in for a drink?
Okay.
4 lemonades, please. Can I have one of your cards? I know a special trick.
Even though we can't feel it, the air around us is always pushing in on us. It's called air pressure. That pressure pushes up harder on the card than the lemonade pushes down. So the drink stays put.
This'll wake the girls up.
Oh, look! Cool!
Here we go. Lemonades all round.
Just what we needed. Thanks, Boule.
Well done, Boule. That's a card trick I've never seen before.
And something I'm not sure I want to see again is Joseph's mould meal.
Seems that things might be getting a bit out of hand at Slime Central. Let's see if it grows on us.
I want to give Lucas a meal he'll never forget. But what ingredients have I got? 2 slices of bread for starters.
Just peachy.
Plain yogurt. A can of baked beans. Alright, make yourself useful. We're going to create a few dishes and see which ones mould likes the best. First up on the menu of disgusting delights is peaches, an old favourite. Easy queasy. Cover it with plastic and it's done.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Let's try 2 different bread dishes. First, there's the crusty cut lunch. We'll see if mould takes a hold here. Now for the spit sandwich. Just take a slice of bread and add a little bit of this. Bob's your uncle.
Next up, we have the house special beans. Very easy to prepare.
And I guess we'll need some dessert too. Yogurt. Sweet and simple.
And as with all today's dishes, we just leave them outside. Hopefully by this time next week, these dishes will be really on the turn. Did you know that dinosaurs had rocks in their stomachs?
I reckon you've got rocks in your head.
No, really? Come on. Pretend this bowl is a dinosaur's stomach.
Oh, yuck!
These dinosaurs were plant eaters, so here comes breakfast. But these leaves are a bit big, so I guess they must have chomped on them with their teeth. Chomp, chomp, chomp. With a little bit of saliva for good measure. But even that wasn't enough. So what else do we need? Ah, rocks. That's right, they swallowed stones too, which rolled around in their stomachs and ground the leaves. That's how dinosaurs got the nutritious juices they needed.
Yes, that's it. A homemade green thick shake.
Ugh, yuck.
And eating rocks didn't die out in the Stone Age either. Birds like emus and ostriches still do it to help grind up the grass and seeds that they eat. In fact, scientists have taken a closer look inside their bellies and found some of them were half full of rocks. That's a pretty big case of indigestion.
Have you ever seen a lamp like this? Groovy, baby. Well, it's called a lava lamp, and I'm gonna make my own mini lava lamp that doesn't need any electricity. All you need is a glass jar, some water, some vegetable oil, some food coloring, and some salt. First, fill up the glass jar about 2/3 full of water. Then, fill the remainder of the glass jar with vegetable oil. The oil floats on top of the water. Now that the oil has settled, add a drop of food coloring. Now for the salt. Shake a bit of salt on top of the oil and watch closely. Cool! A mini lava lamp! To keep the bubbles going, all you need to do is add more salt. The salt is heavier than the water, so it sinks to the bottom of the jar, carrying a little blob of oil with it. The salt then starts to dissolve and lets go a blob of oil, which floats back to the top. More salt, more bubbles. Cool! A groovy lava lamp.
Another bright idea from the backyard science team.
But it's not all good news on this show. We have to make one more visit to Joseph's disgusting diner.
Hold on to your stomachs and prepare for the meal I hope you'll never see on your table.
Welcome back to Joseph's foul food kitchen, where the dishes really go off. Mould is the name of the game here, but we need to take precautions, as mouldy food contains harmful bacteria. Remember how our dishes looked last week? I wonder what's happened in 7 days. Let's start with the beans. Oh, look at all that mould. That's what we wanted.
Before Joseph could wrap the beans, tiny mould spores, like seeds so small that they're carried in the air, landed on the surface. Over a week, they've put down roots and grown into this fungus farm.
Oh, but the dry toast is a flop. It looks just the same. Maybe the spit sandwich will be better. Yes, it's quite good, in a rotten sort of way. Perhaps it's the moisture that makes a difference. Could be. The yucky yogurt was moist and it's festering well. Ready for some dessert? So if moisture helps grow mould, then the pukey peaches should be our best yet. Oh, look how furry they've become. The water really helped the mould grow. You wouldn't want that in your lunch, would you? So the toast was disappointing. Yogurt, not bad. Baked beans, outstanding. So you can see the mould like the moistest food's the best. Straight into the garbage bin. Now, how about I make us some real lunch?
No thanks, Joseph. I'm not really hungry. Ah, thanks, guys. I think we really should stop the show there before the health inspectors arrive.
I'm with you. I think we all had our fill of that one. See you next time on Backyard Science.
on the loose.
That'll get your heart racing.
And look, no hands or paws.
It's an oil slick. Backyard science to the rescue in Operation Cleanup.
Can Joseph avoid a messy situation himself?
And how to tell the difference between diet and regular soda.
Yuck, that's got a sweat everywhere.
But remember, this is backyard science.
The show that loves getting messy.
Maybe not with sticky cola.
First up though, Lucas thinks today's going to be plain sailing, but one little slipper.
Oh, sailing, I love it. Out on the water with my boat.
My brother better not be spilling that oil of his around my fish.
Oh, he's in for it now.
Huh?
Oh, the cooking oil. Oh, nice one, hot shot, an oil bar.
Oh, look what he's done. We've got to figure out a way of cleaning up this water. Otherwise, my goldfish will die.
Die, we're gonna die. Don't panic. I'm gonna go out there and punch him in the gills.
Look at it. It's floating in gunky globs on the surface. Cleaning up this is going to be a nightmare. We need to find something that'll soak it up. I wonder if Dad's got anything in his shed.
Yeah, hurry up, get a move on.
Oil and water don't mix. When there's a spill, it can be a disaster for the environment. One of the worst happened in 1989, when a tanker called Exxon Valdez ran aground in Alaska. It spilled more than 11 million gallons of oil. It's estimated more than 250,000 birds and billions of fish were killed.
Terrible, huh? It can take years for plants and animals to bounce back from something like that.
Now Joseph has a new trick, but it looks like it might be headed for a messy end.
Check out this balancing act.
Hope Mum doesn't notice I've borrowed her eggs. It's going well.
Oh man.
Yuck! I've got to find a way to avoid this. How about I put one egg in a glass of water and the other in vinegar? Just let them soak for a few hours. When you come back, the egg and the water is the same. But look at the egg and the vinegar. It's fizzing.
There's a chemical reaction going on. The acid in the vinegar is reacting with the egg's shell.
Now, let's have another try. Oops. No problem. The vinegar has turned the egg into a bouncing ball. Now I can practice all I like and never have to clean up.
Everyone knows what a huge splash you can make when you dive bomb into a swimming pool. Right on the surface, the water feels hard, which is why you can hear such a big noise when you land.
That's because of surface tension. All the molecules on top are pulled tightly together. They form a skin like a weak layer of plastic wrap.
Here's a cool way of showing how surface tension works. Put some milk into a bowl, make sure it's at room temperature. Now squeeze a few drops of food colouring. It just sits there because it hasn't broken the surface tension. But watch this. A couple of drops of detergent splits up the molecules in the middle, and all the colours are sucked towards the edges. That's what happens when you break surface tension.
Spray bottles are amazing things. Wonder how they work. Oh, hope no one saw that. I know there's a tube inside there, a bit like this straw. It must suck the water up. maybe I can make one myself. If I cut a slit in this straw, down there, bend it down into the water, then blow hard. It's working! By blowing across the top, I must be sucking the water out the straw. Then it squirts out the front. No chance of hitting myself now. Oh, by the way, the straw's no good afterwards.
Hey, don't even think about it, Dana. Now I wonder how they're getting on with that oil in Operation Cleanup.
We found lots of things in Dad's garage. Surely something here will clean up the oil. I wonder if this will work.
That's stupid. They're just pushing the oil around.
Oh, no good. It slides off. What about if we try and scoop it up with a piece of fly screen?
Look out, they're back again. Now they're making it work. It's slipping through. What a pair of sellers.
Surely these cotton balls will soak it up.
Who are these guys kidding? The oil won't stick to the cotton.
This oil is tricky stuff. What can we use to soak it up?
Researchers are looking for the best way to clean up oil spills in the ocean. Here they're testing birds' feathers as a way to soak up the oil.
On land, high-pressure hoses have been used to blast it off rocks. And they even use microscopic organisms that love eating oil.
Scrubbing rocks. What a tough way to keep the water clean.
But it's important because you never know what or who is down there.
Have you ever wanted to command your own underwater vessel? Well, shipmates, here's how you do it. First of all, you'll need an old drink bottle, a big one. Then a pen cap and some modelling clay. Get the pen lid and stick the clay at the end of the point on the cap. That's your submarine. Then fill up the bottle with water right to the very top. Take the submarine and slowly, I mean slowly, put it into the water, catching a bubble inside. If it sinks, take some of the clay off. If it's too floaty, add some more. The sub should just barely float. Next, put the lid on the bottle. Now for the fun bit. Make the submarine dive and surface at your command. Squeeze the bottle hard and you're in dive mode. Stop squeezing and up she comes. With a little practice, you can even get it to stop right in the middle.
It works because when you squeeze the bottle, the bubble in the submarine gets squashed. That lets in more water, the sub gets heavier, and it sinks. When you stop squeezing, the bubble gets bigger. The sub gets lighter and heads to the top. Fish use the same principle to float up and down in the water without much effort. They have a small gas-filled sac inside their bodies called a swim bladder.
Unfortunately, people don't have one.
James has a new game. Cover up the cola. I can't tell what's inside. This could be diet cola. I hate diet. But how can I tell which is diet and which is regular? They look the same, feel the same, they even smell the same.
Thirsty yet? Want me to show you how? Fill up a bucket with water. Drop in the cans. And wait for the answer. one floats, one sinks, and I know which is which. The can that sank is regular cola. The sugar particles are packed in, making it heavier. The one that floated is diet, no sugar particles. So there you have it, regular sinks. I wonder if it stays down there forever. It's thirsty work, this science.
Okay, we've tried cardboard, fly screen and cotton wool, but nothing has worked. We can't soak up the oil in the fish tank. What about this?
Mum's old stockings. Hey, hey, hey!
It's working! Globs of oil are getting soaked up into the stockings.
Oh, at last they're getting somewhere.
Nylon is made of similar stuff to oil, so they stick together.
Look how much I've soaked up.
Not bad. And I thought of another way to do this. Oil and water don't mix. They just float on the surface. If we get a container, put some weight in the bottom, we should be able to skim the oil right off the top. Look at that! We've done it! Whichever way we do it, at least my fish can eat again.
Great, about time. Now get that big walrus away from us before he does it again.
Today, stunt driver Evil Schneevel and his team are attempting a new world record. It's for eggs jumping a line of cars.
The rules say they have to make the distance and survive.
There's 24 brave test pilots willing to try.
I didn't sign up for this.
Good luck, little guy.
Oh, why me?
We can't fail. We've got the right car, the right driver.
No, you don't.
Here we go.
Help! Ouch!
The jump's fine, but we've got to work out a way to make a safe landing.
Call an ambulance!
How can we make our cars safer for the other drivers? We've got to protect them.
Yes, protect us!
Maybe something to cushion them.
You can't make me! Okay, maybe you can! Oh, I did it for science.
I think it's time to use our heads. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Hey! Safety testing cars started out as a dangerous business. Sometimes they'd use a brave driver willing to deliberately crash. Talk about a tough job.
These days, no one needs to take that chance. Automatic crash test dummies show researchers in amazing detail what can happen to us in an accident and how to make cars safer. Man, remind me not to sign up as a crash test dummy. You'd have to be made of rubber.
But you'd be surprised at how stretchy your body really is.
Come on, sis. I want to measure how tall you are first thing in the morning. We'll mark it up on this piece of paper because we'll need it again later. Okay, that's you just there. Now, do me. Okay, now draw where you think you'll be this afternoon. Taller or shorter? You think you'll be taller, hey? I don't. She can't believe I think I'll shrink. After all, kids grow up, don't they? We'll see who's right after school.
Mum's always buying white flowers, but I really prefer bright colours. I've got an idea to give them a bit of zing. If I put the flowers into glasses of water and add some food colouring, now I'll let nature do its work for an hour or two. It worked! Check out the change! No more boring white.
It works because inside plants there are thin tubes, just like a straw. As water evaporates from the leaves and flowers, the tubes suck fresh water and the dye from the stem.
I've got another idea that'll really blow our mind. What if I split the stem and put each half in a different colour? Talk about a split personality. Neat, eh? Now that's what I call a flower arrangement.
How come you never give me flowers, Jason?
Well, let me see. First of all, because...
Okay. Let's see how our stunt drivers are getting on trying to save those poor eggs.
I reckon we can save our egg test pilots a headache.
Hey, mini helmets!
Maybe if I put some cotton wool inside, it will soften the blow.
Hey, not bad. Come on, look at it.
That's much better.
Bria!
Here we go, Helmet Man.
Yeehaw!
Ouch! His head's okay. What we forgot about is, well, other end.
Got a band-aid?
He must be bouncing around inside the car. What we need is something to keep him steady. Something like a car's seat belt.
Now, this is more like it.
This ought to stop him crashing forward into the steering wheel. Okay, he's all strapped in and helmeted up.
Good luck, little guy.
I hope this works.
Every year, cars get safer and safer. But banging up a new car every time you want to check a new feature is expensive. So researchers are using computers more and more to find out the effects of a crash. They're even making computer models of what happens inside people to help car makers protect us more.
Hey, don't throw that drink can away. Watch this. I'll make it roll without even touching it. To power it up, you'll need a balloon and give it a good rub on yourself or anyone else's. Now hold the balloon a little bit in front of the can. The can will start to roll all by itself.
Hey, let me try.
It's called static electricity. Nice hairdo, John. Okay, this is it, the big measuring moment. When we marked our heights this morning, Priscilla was this tall, but she thought she'd be a bit taller now. I, on the other hand, reckoned I've shrunk a bit. Well, let's find out, and I think you're in for a shock. You're shorter. You forgot one thing, gravity.
Everyone has a backbone, which is made up of smaller bones called vertebrae, stacked one on top of the other. At night, when we're asleep, we lie down and the vertebrae stretch out a little. But during the day, when we're standing up, gravity squeezes the bones together.
So everyone should get a bit shorter. I think you'll find that was my prediction.
So, if you're going to try out for the basketball team, better see the coach first thing in the morning.
Hi, boss. You're just in time to try something out for me. Try what out? I'm supposed to be going snorkeling. This test. All you have to do is touch and circle the coconut about a dozen times. Round and round like this. Then pick it up and see if you can follow that line straight to the bucket and drop in the coconut. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Right. Now pick it up. Whoops-a-daisy. Then straight along the line. Oh no, he's gone way off track.
When Boss spins, the fluid in his inner ear, which controls our balance, spins too. When he stops, the fluid keeps spinning for a little while longer. So your ears are telling your brain you're still spinning, but your eyes are sending a message that you've stopped.
Hey boss, before you go for that swim, won't you be needing these? You'll be right in a minute. Or is that left?
That Jen, she's so great. I've got to show her how I feel. Hey Jen, can you help me make a stethoscope? I've got a bottle, some modelling clay, and some tubing. Okay, so you cut the top off the bottle. Wrap 2 bits of tube with clay. And jam it into the bottle's mouth. Incredible! A stethoscope. It makes quiet sounds louder. If you put the bottle against my chest, I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Nothing, eh? I know how to make it louder. I'll do some exercise. My muscles will use more oxygen. My heart starts pumping harder and faster. Pretty loud, huh? At last she knows what's in my heart.
Well, a beating heart is better than beating eggs.
I wonder if our egg and a seatbelt survived such great leap.
We've given him a seatbelt and a crash helmet. I hope he'll be okay.
I hope this works.
Yes, we did it! Great! Hey, now let's try going higher.
Higher? Now just hold on a minute there.
This'll be great. They'll fly a mile.
Let's give our eggs a bit more protection. I'm going to make an airbag. So, he's got a helmet, a seatbelt to hold him tight, and an airbag to cushion the impact. I hope this works. You're a brave little guy.
See you after the jump, darling. Nothing to it. Well, hello again. Can I sign an autograph for anyone out here?
They did it! They made a safe car for crash testing eggs.
I'm not exactly sure if it's that safe. We'd better get out of here before another egg bites the dust.
See you next time on Backyard Science.